Hey, what's up? This your boy Rashad the Barber. This Shop Talk Sports TV. Let's talk about something that I ain't heard really too many people talking about, people that cover sports. That's the running back position. Is the running back position back? Was it ever gone? And is it back and is it here to stay? Stay tuned before we talk about that because I'm going to tell you why I think that it's here to stay, and I'm going to tell you why I think that everybody kind of felt like it left for a minute. Before we get started though, subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, and if you will, share the video. So the running back position. So if anybody out there that's watching football notice, you see that it's starting to be a high usage in the running back, right? They're running the ball more. Teams are having more of a balanced attack. And the reason why I feel like, well, first, before I even get to that, let me say this. The NFL is trendy just like everything else in life. I've been watching football for 30 plus years now, so I done seen pretty much it, man, I done seen it be, it's a running league, a passing league, a balanced attack league, to a strictly passing league, to right now, right? So when I first started watching this game in the 80s, everybody ran the ball. Everyone knew that you was going to run the ball first, second down, third down was a passing down. It depends on where you were in the chains. If you was 2, 3 yards, you still run the ball. So the only teams you seen that threw the ball more than they passed the ball are teams that didn't have a running game back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Now it ain't even like that. So by it being trended like that, the game has taken on so many identities that you'll see probably the last 4 or 5 years ago, it took on more of the college identity, which was to spread it out, run 4 or 5 receivers, down the field and throw the ball. And if you did have a running back, he could catch out of the backfield, right? So this is what happened. One, it's two reasons why we're seeing more usage out of the running back position right now. One of them is this: we got more young quarterbacks in the league that's carrying these teams. And when I say young, I mean, quarterbacks have probably been in the league 4 or 5 years. They carrying the team. And it's one thing that a young quarterback needs more than anything, and that's a running game. A young quarterback got to have a running game. He ain't got a running game, he ain't going to have no success. You know what I'm saying? That's just straight up what that is. So another thing is this: these defenses, when it was a pass happy league last year and 3 or 4 years before that, the defenses got sophisticated. So what they started doing is playing 5 DBs, which is called a nickel package. Sometimes they would run out of the dime, which is 6 DBs. You know what I'm saying? So you're either gonna have 3 defensive linemen, 3 backers, or you're gonna have 4 defensive linemen and 2 backers. They kind of calling the two end rushers, linebackers, but you get where I'm going with this, right? So that's what your box is looking like. You got 6 in the box, 5 in the box, and you got all of these DBs back there because it's a passing league, right? So you got to have this scheme set up. You got to have this kind of defensive setup to stop the pass. So what started happening was this: they start drafting and developing players for the pass. So just like anything else that's trendy, you're gonna move on to the next thing. You're gonna find out how to play chess against this. So teams started back running the ball, right? So now you where we at right now. So you got these teams that got all of this personnel with these light packages back in the defense, preferably the defensive backs, right? Even your linebackers in the last few years, they've been what they call hybrid. You know what I'm saying? 230, 240 pound backers that could cover, right? If you was a backer, you had to be able to cover in the NFL. You still got to be able to, but that's what they was going to get because pass happy league. So now you start seeing teams having trouble stop the run because they don't have the personnel for it. For the last 5 or 6 years, they've been drafting and getting players for the pass and not for the run. You know what I'm saying? So what they'll do is they'll get the hybrid backers, they get all of these DBs, and then they'll try to get 2 run stoppers in the middle, and that just ain't been enough. Because a lot of times what generally happen is, and this is kind of what give teams success on running the ball right now, what generally happen is what you do is this. New Orleans, New Orleans showed everybody this last week about the numbers game, and this is what teams are doing. they're running a lot of pre-snap motion, splits, misdirection plays, and you have a lot of defenses that's having trouble stopping this type of offense. So the pre-snap motion is when you got a tight end or a back or a wide receiver that's in motion before the ball is even snapped. So what the quarterback is trying to do, he's trying to see what kind of coverage it is, because if I move these pieces, I can see, well, I'm hoping that you show me what kind of defense you in. Or he's also on top of that, he's also trying to get leverage into moving these players where he needs for them to be on the field so he can run whatever play that he's running, right? So New Orleans does this good. We do it good, which is San Francisco. And you start seeing these other teams just picking up on this. Green Bay do it good. Detroit runs a variation of it, you know, so and so on and so forth. So you're seeing these teams just picking up on this variation of a West Coast offense with all of this pre-snap movement, these misdirection plays and these splits. So the reason why they're having so much success this year running the ball is because if you notice, teams are doing this. If I'm running to the left, then I'm either motion, pre-snap motion, a tight end to move that way so I'll be heavy over there. So sometimes they already have a tight end on that side, so you got two. Or either I'm going to pull a guard from my right side to come block over there. So if I'm pulling a guard, the defense don't know what I'm doing until this guard pulls and he's blocking. So now I got the advantage over here because your defense got three. Your defense got three, and I'm blocking with 4 or 5. So I'm able to run the ball. So when I say it's a numbers game, that's kind of what I mean. And that's why these teams having success running the ball this year. But it's more, if you just watching the games, man, you see it, man, they having a balanced attack this year. You know what I'm saying? And it's working. It's not just so much of having the back that can catch out of the backfield. They running in between the tackles. You know what I'm saying? And the usage rate went up a whole lot. I looked at the numbers from this year, the first 2 games, and last year. J.K. Dobbins, 27 carries, 266 yards. Jordan Mason, 48 carries, 247 yards. Josh Jacobs, 48 carries, 235 yards. Saquon Barkley, 46 carries, 204 yards. Majay Stevenson, 26 carries, 201 yards. So as you see, they pretty much averaging anywhere from 20 to 25 carries a game. And these are teams that got, just running 2 backs. So last year it wasn't really, and the year before you wasn't seeing the main back average that many. Now I'm pretty sure as the season go on, some of these averages, the average of the carries will go down some because of the wear and tear on the back. But I do think that this year you will see more of a balanced attack, and you will see the running back have more of an impact on the game as he did the previous years. So to answer the question, is the running back position back? Hell yeah, the running back position back. I'm gonna even go a step farther than that. I think this year that we'll have a 1,800 yard rusher, 1,800 yard rusher by the end of the year. And I think that we'll have multiple, and when I say multiple, I mean 7 or 8 running backs to get well over 1,000 yards, not just barely peaking the 1,000 yard mark, but get well over 1,000 yards. So I just wanted to kind of highlight this, as far as the running back position, because it kind of been looked at as being diminished over the years, and it even affected some of their pay. You know what I'm saying? But man, the running back position looked like it's back. You know what I'm saying? And it's here to stay, baby. So, man, thank y'all for tuning in. Subscribe, like the video, share it if you will, and I'm out of here.